Four top chefs in the world.
For sure.
I'm gonna ask a question that I saw Stefan put in here. Shout out to Stefan. I believe Stefan is a chef too.
Yeah, he
So
fired. That's my boy Shotty. He went to OW.
yeah, everybody. Stefan, shout out Stefan. Um, so let me ask you a question. Stefan asked the question, but I already had it in here. I already had it in the queue already.
Heard.
Do you think that Orangeburg could support a fine dining restaurant? When I say fine dining, you from Atlanta, so you know what I'm talking. You know we got these restaurants. They're not Ruth Chris plus price point, but they're right up under there. It's
Hmm.
not Longhorn, but it's just a nice price point with nice fine dining. Do you
Hmm.
think that Orangeburg, as of right now, could
Yeah,
support one of those type of restaurants?
definitely for sure. I feel like I mean, let's just break down how fine dining restaurants typically play out. Like usually it's going to be a chef that's the driving point of that. So I feel like if there was a chef that was able to come down there and really turn it up and just bring that attention to it, absolutely it could work.
Hmm.
It could definitely work.
Okay.
But it's
Eh,
just that
mhm.
I see you. I hear you, Shotty. I'm gonna meet you after this, bro. We chop it up about it. But I feel like it's possible, but I feel like for it to be Orangeburg, it's gonna have to be a celebrity chef, like a real, like, and I mean, I could say I'm a celebrity chef, and I've been called that before because I've cooked for celebrities, but I'm talking about like
Mhm.
somebody that's just like extremely well known to the point to where they can make this like a destination spot to the point to where people are making a trip and doing stuff in order
Just
just
come
to
there.
come there to eat. You get what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
if you're counting on just the people that live in Orangeburg to come there, eat it, and support it, and make it, because most restaurants that open close within a year. So if you're counting
Hmm.
on just the Orangeburg population, Orangeburg, Holly Hill, Bamberg, Branchville, that to support it, it probably won't. It probably won't work. But if you got somebody that already has that following, and he's bringing people to come to Orangeburg just to come and eat his food or her food, then yeah, for sure it could work. But it's gonna have to be one of those like we're creating a destination place for people to come and eat this food in Orangeburg. Because I
Okay.
mean, at the end of the day, you know how it is in the Burg. People, the restaurants that have been there that have been there,
Mhm.
have stayed open. Your Bitty Banquets, your Earl
Yeah.
Dukes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like soon as something that opens, it'll be there, and it won't be there long.
Because even like
Stuff don't
Chestnut,
stay
I
there.
look at Chestnut. I think right
Chestnut's
now
been there a while.
Chestnut
Chestnut's been
probably
there
the
a
only
long time.
consistent. Yeah, a long time. They're probably the only consistent. But I gotta give them this because they are the closest thing
Yeah,
that we
that's
probably
the,
got
to
to
me. I
like
would say that's probably the most high end restaurant in Orangeburg,
it is
and
hands down.
their food's not like mind blowing, but
Uh huh.
it's solid. Like I had the lamb chops there before; it was decent. It ain't bad.
Yeah.
It ain't
It's
bad
just good to be like, if I'm man, I don't feel like going to Longhorn to get these lamb chops. I'll go to Chestnut.
for sure, definitely. But when I think
It's a
fine
good.
dining, I think a little bit higher than that. You know what I mean? Like when I
Oh
think
yeah,
fine dining, I'm
that's
thinking
definitely not
like,
fine dining.
and even with
But
Ruth Chris is very nice. But when I think fine dining, I'm thinking more so like a Twisted Soul here in Atlanta, Aretha's, uh, stuff that's on the Michelin guide, like stuff to the point to where
mhm.
this is known outside of just here. You know what I mean? Like if you
Yeah,
ain't from Orangeburg, you ain't never heard of Chestnut Grill. Whereas these
never
other
check them.
places, these places are well known.
Let me tell you one thing about that fine dining. Sometimes I go to these places sometimes, and I enjoy. One thing I like about them, I tell somebody if you go there to get full, you come with the wrong mindset. You come to just to taste great food and get up
You
out of
come
there
to eat,
because you're not leaving
enjoy
full.
yourself, have a good time. Yeah, for sure. Unless you do like a course type of meal, like to the point to where they doing like 8 to 10 courses. By the time
Yeah,
you get to the 10th course or the 8th course, you done had enough little bites to the point to where you're like, okay,
yep,
I'm solid. I'm good.
yeah. Those kitchens. I went to a nice matter of fact, Columbia had one that shut down, and when you order, you got to order it. You got to come with like I think like 8 or 10 or more people, and everybody getting 6 courses.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
Everybody
that's
get
gonna be fine.
everybody gets 6 courses. But
That's
man,
definitely
bro,
fine.
I'm telling you, bro. Shout out Stephon in here. Shout out Philip Franklin. Shout out everybody tell you that like in that share button. So like Brent, so what would you tell any young kid that wants to be a chef? What would be your advice to them?
I mean, if they can and they know somebody that know me, I'll tell them hit me up for sure. Like I love to
Okay.
see anybody that's from where I'm from do well. And I can help them anyway. I definitely am 100% on that. But also, if that's not available, find somebody. I think culinary school is great, but it's expensive, and
Mm-hmm.
also you can learn everything that you learn in culinary school if you get with a chef that's willing to give it to you, if that makes sense. Like they can give you everything that you'll learn in culinary school in less time for less amount of money, and they're gonna have way more involvement and way more care for you than culinary schools. Because culinary is just a school, it's an institution. Whereas this person is
Yeah.
gonna be like, okay, you're my student. Like I'm raising you at this point. Like they're gonna treat you like you almost their child. Like they're gonna raise you up and do
Yep.
everything they can do to put you on the right path for you to be successful. You know what I'm saying? So I would say if you
Can't.
can get with a chef, lock in, just be committed to it. If you grind and get in the craft right and really put your all in it, you can
Mhm.
take off for real. Like I done seen people that didn't know how to cook open restaurants just by just locking in, getting with the right person, and just grinding it out and staying down, and taking off. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? I just thought about this. This is gonna blow your mind. We
Yeah.
do have one fine dining restaurant around here. You won't believe where it's at.
Santee?
No, Santee got nice one, but it's not fine dining. Besides Claus, Branchville.
Heard.
They got a spot called the Eatery,
Heard.
and it was from some well known. They did super duper well, like you said. They did super duper good as chefs. They retired, left, opened up some in Branchville, and they only open on Thursday, Friday, Saturdays.
Yeah, and he killing. I know he killing.
They killing.
I know he
They
killing.
killing.
Yeah, I know
They
he
killing.
killing.
Pat,
I gotta go check it out. Next
Pat,
time I come home, I'm
how,
definitely gonna check it out.
bro,
Definitely.
check it out because I found out about it not from somebody from Branchville telling me. I found out about it from PBS,
See what I'm saying? Like
ETV.
when it's something like that, like it takes more than just the local everyday crowd, because it's like
Yep,
people not gonna eat there every day. People may eat there once a year if they live there.
yep,
See what I'm saying?
yep.
And you can't stay open with Orangeburg is not big enough of a city for people to come and eat just restaurant once a year. You see what I'm saying? You can't do
Yeah,
that like that. It's not big enough.
you can't, and you got to be real careful too. Now, I mean, I got a side question. Somebody feel about this?
Heard.
How do you feel about all these new food reviewers? Because right now that's a big thing in the bird. Because a fella came and did a review on a local spot in the bird, and he
They
gave it
told me
like his review.
they told me I'm not allowed to talk about food reviewers, bro.
Okay. Okay.
Nah,
Wow.
I'm
So
joking.
that's how I know. Sir.
My only issue with that is the fact of like I think it's not fair for somebody to critique something or someone doing something that they can't personally do. You know what I'm saying? It's like those couch, I just say Sunday morning quarterbacks or the couch quarterbacks. Is like, yeah, you can talk trash all day about what he did, but one, you're not better at doing it than him. Two, you
Hmm.
probably never done it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So that's what my issue come in at with that. I just think like it's not cool when they do that. Some of the people just tear people down. Like, and I mean like your Keith Lees and your Showtime, like those guys, for instance. I'm using those as an example because they're some of the most
Hmm.
popular ones. I think it's great how they're able to help a restaurant take off, but it's
Yeah.
also not cool because of the fact that you could personally have just had, they might have had the worst cook that they have ever happen to be working that day because three people called out. It might be the manager making your food who's really not a chef, but they had to
Hmm.
be, they were still trying to just stay open today. You see what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
now you done ruined this business off of one plate. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what my issue come in at. But I've seen it also be beneficial. Like this restaurant out here in Atlanta called Red Rice, small restaurant, black owned, small, very small restaurant. It's not big. It don't have a whole lot of money behind it. The last
Hmm.
the last time that when like Keith Lee, but Showtime, wasn't it Showtime, whatever his name is, he went there, and the next day her line was like a quarter mile long, and it still
Wow.
is right now since that day. You see what I'm saying? So it can definitely be great, but it also can, you can
Okay.
hurt somebody. You can ruin somebody's life just off of one plate. And that
One
one
review.
plate might
That's
not be
crazy.
the best representation of what that restaurant is actually capable of. You know what I mean?
Okay. So is it, would you also say right here, if somebody, what city would you recommend that you think is the best start for a young, I'm gonna say a young, I'm not gonna say black chef, a young chef. What city do you think produces the most opportunities for a young chef?
I mean, shoot. Right now, for sure, if he's black, I gotta go with Atlanta because I mean, right now Atlanta
Okay.
is the mecca. But if you
Hmm.
just anybody of any race, I mean, any place that's got a large food scene, your New Yorks, your Atlantas, your Miamis, your Houstons,
Okay.
your like San
Houston.
Francisco has a big food culture. New Orleans got a big food culture. Any place where they got a
You,
lot of food, they got like if the place has a Chinatown or something like that, they got their
uh,
own little. little pockets of food. So they got pockets
They're
of
gonna,
food. It's definitely gonna be a job for you. You know what I'm saying?
but you know what's crazy? Speaking of chef, you know who's getting a lot of, I call them import chefs? Charleston right now.
Yeah,
We getting a lot of New York chefs. A lot of New York, California chefs, they moving to Charleston. And
yeah.
they're making it so expensive. Man, they are building subdivisions in St. George.
That's crazy. You know what else I left
St.
out my bag?
George.
Savannah. Savannah.
Okay,
Savannah.
Savannah.
Savannah got a real good food scene. Charleston, of course, got a food scene. I can't believe I left Charleston out. My bad. But just any place where the food scene has their own culture. They got like because you gotta think about it. When you think of Charleston, first thing come to your mind is the way they talk and then food.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like they got their own food, bro. It's a
They do.
different food for sure.
They do because even though even though Charleston's so different, even Charleston from the Geechies to even like the white preppy Charlestons, even with their food is so it's still so Charleston, even though it be so different.
Sure, it's
Like
still Charleston.
it's still so Charleston.
Shrimp and
But
grits,
man,
crab soup, all that stuff.
oh man, yeah, they kill it. I was just down the other day, eating somewhere. It don't matter what eating at. It wasn't for Chef Brandon's on. Anybody getting no free plugs here?
Hey man,
It wasn't it wasn't that Chef Brandon restaurant to
man, you
come.
know I got you.
We gonna speak. As long as you want it, we gonna speak it to existence.
Oh, it's
But
coming
man, it's episode 91.
for sure.
I want to appreciate you for coming on, man,
Oh yeah,
telling
man.
us your
Thanks for
story.
having me, bro. I appreciate it, bro. For
Giving
real.
people, man, y'all shared it. I ain't gonna lie, y'all shared it now. Hit that like and that share button again. But bro, so let me tell you something. You coming there? Also, hopefully, we not. I'm speaking to his sister. I got him on the hot seat. Hopefully, we can have his other half come on here and she can do because she has her own business too. I don't know if you want to plug that right fast.
Oh yeah, for sure. Scrubdress.com, man. Still selling the dresses, still got the dolls. Shout out to you, baby.
Scrub just like on. Hey, she got a black love. See, it ain't all about Papoose and Remy Ma. It ain't all about Papoose and Remy Ma. We got black love over here, y'all. We ain't got to worry about them, y'all.
What's up, bro? Yeah, man.
But I appreciate episode 91. I'm gonna let Brandon have the last words before I sign out. It's on you, Brandon. Get the last words, man.
Hey man, I just appreciate you letting me get on here, tell my story. And anybody and everybody in Orangeburg, if you know anybody connected to me and your kids trying to be chefs, please connect them with me so I can try to help the next generation. For real. That's it.
Let's go,
Love it.
guys. Episode 91. Shout it out.